All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. NFL recap, week number 5 here. What a doozy. I just finished making a Detroit Lions video and I saw that the Arizona Cardinals lost their football game to the Tennessee Titans. I'm not entirely sure how on earth that happened, but we're going to find out in this live stream. Before this is live, obviously, before people come on in here, I do just want to say for anybody who's watching this post live, I'm going to try and make this as enjoyable as possible if you're not watching it live. So we're doing this every single week. This is Let's Talk Football iteration number 25. I wanted to do 2 last week. I think we didn't. I know we didn't. We only did a victory recap or a NFL recap week 4. My Wi-Fi is lagging. What feels like, honestly, as always. So let's take a look. I'm going to wait a second because I don't know if you can even hear what I'm saying right now. And I'm going to take a look to the NFL Twitter so we can figure out how the Cardinals lost this game. Because I don't know what the heck happened right before my Lions video. I could have sworn they were up a 2-possession football game. But this was a fascinating week in the National Football League. What's up, Josh? Hope you're doing good, man. Nice to see you as always. What do you think about this week? To be honest with you, I was heading into it with pretty low expectations. You guys know I like to watch one football game on my television, and I like to recap it right after it. And, I'm still not a huge fan of these international games. I think they're always really unneeded. I think it's just like unnecessary. But I did have fun watching Minnesota versus Cleveland here. It's football on. There's like this Sunday night game is going to start here. It's why we do this at the time we do it. It's New England Buffalo, which is a fun, fascinating game. Honestly, I might just take the night off here and watch that game in the morning because we've been watching football since 9:30 here. Never bench Sam Laporta, man. But we're going to run through it, at least the games we watched. We'll probably run through everything. But honestly, Minnesota-Cleveland was a really good football game. Like, I actually was ready to make a Dylan Gabriel Cleveland Browns video. I probably still will do a Dylan Gabriel, like, film study. By the way, there's only 3 people in here. Hit that like button, whether you're watching live or post live. It makes a huge difference. We're averaging like 150 views on these live streams, and I don't know. I want to get these numbers up because I want to start doing these as we've been doing it, very consistent. Let me just triple check, make sure that Lions video is up and posted. We are good. All right, Minnesota-Cleveland was a fascinating game. I thought Dylan Gabriel actually played a pretty good brand of football. The Vikings defense definitely got the better of them in the second half, and Carson Wentz went out there, did his thing, clinched this football game, did a really good job leading his team down the field. And, Minnesota, they had a 3-point loss in Dublin last week. They were playing in London today, and their upcoming schedule is a gauntlet. The Vikings' upcoming schedule, man, it is a absolute utter gauntlet. And just getting this win here, in my opinion, it was huge. And I think it is going to make a very big difference as the season progresses. But Dylan Gabriel, we'll leave it at that. I think he played a good football game. I don't think I have too many Browns fans because the Browns, I haven't made too many Browns videos, to be honest with you, other than like Shedeur Sanders or Dylan Gabriel. Houston, we got Josh here. Texans country, let's ride. Finally win over the Ravens since 2014, which is nuts. I decided to watch that game at 1 o'clock. My video immediately got demonetized. We're at 1 bar of Wi-Fi as well. Let me know if you, Josh, maybe if you could throw me a bone here. Let me know if you think, or if you can hear me coherently right now, because I don't know what's going on. I don't know why this only happens when I decide to live stream. My Wi-Fi is like, dude, you're all set, man. Pick another hobby. Do something different with your time. But anyways, we're going to talk Houston, Baltimore. Thank you, Flair. Thank you, Josh. Houston, Baltimore, I mean, obviously no Lamar, no Kyle Hamilton. I could name you like 10 other players that didn't play for the Baltimore Ravens. So it kind of went as you expected. I watched this football game because I've got Woody Marks in fantasy football, and I started him in my flex position, and I was like, I think Houston's gonna win. I like Woody Marks. I'm gonna make a Texans video after watching this, and let's watch this football game. And it was as clear cut, concise as you possibly could have asked for. And it definitely felt personal. Kind of as you're saying here, I remember last year at Christmas, if I'm not mistaken, when Baltimore played Houston, and it was a blowout. But this one definitely felt personal. We'll take a look at the chat. What's up, Mike? Lions Chiefs next week. That is a great football game. Real quick, Josh, because I know you're an OG. My running back room, there's only 2 running back slots in this fantasy football league. And I always say in my videos, I hate how like NFL discourse is now tailored towards like gambling and fantasy football, but I'm going to lean into it because I love fantasy football. I have Christian McCaffrey, Josh Jacobs, Quinshon Judkins, Woody Marks, and Bill. Is that it? I mean, I have like 5 starting caliber running backs, but I got to make a trade sooner rather than later. So I watched this game for Woody Marks, but he was not really doing anything fantasy-wise. Nick Chubb had a good game. CJ Stroud looked phenomenal. I made a video 2 days ago saying don't fade these Baltimore Ravens, and I still stand by it. They've got the Rams next week. Baltimore is now 1-4. There's 3 spots up for grabs in the wild card of these NFL playoffs, and I just look at their second half schedule and get back to me. Maybe we'll talk about it as the week progresses because I still have a hard time believing the Baltimore Ravens won't make the playoffs, and that's a whole nother conversation if you're trying to get into it because I am a Baltimore Raven naysayer. Carolina, Miami, I did not watch this football game. I saw how it started. And I am like really happy the Carolina Panthers came away with a victory here. I will watch this, honestly, keeping it a buck, probably on Tuesday. I'll probably watch, like the Vikings, the Lions, Denver, Tampa tomorrow. Something like that, something along those lines. And I'll probably get into a Panthers video on Tuesday or Wednesday, but I'm really happy they came away with victory, but I didn't watch a lick of it, so I couldn't tell you anything. I did see that Bryce Young made some nice throws and had some nice plays at the end of the football game to win it, so that's awesome. Indianapolis, Las Vegas. Man, I've had a Raiders channel for a couple of years. I was just talking about it in my Lions video that I just posted saying I made a Raiders channel basically when sorry, I gotta do something off screen here, but I made a Raiders channel when the Devontae Adams got traded because I'm a Packers fan. And they have been so bad ever since it. But hold on, give me 1 second here. Oh my goodness. I can never spell Cincinnati for some reason. I'm doing some tags here. I don't really, if you've ever made YouTube videos, I don't really feel like tags do anything. In fact, I know a couple of people that have like really successful channels and don't even use tags. But I did forget to throw some into this Lions video. So, all right, we're all done with that. Colts, though, we were talking Colts Raiders 40-6. I'm a big Geno Smith advocate. I don't know what is happening. The Raiders special teams is tough. The offensive line is tough. Geno Smith has been really tough this season. He's at like, is it 9 interceptions this season? I mean, it's insane. Anthony Richardson came in garbage time. I did not watch this game. I can't believe that this football game ended 40-6. I'm gonna have to watch it. Maybe probably a Tuesday watch. I can't believe it. And the Colts are now 4-1, and they are a pretty scary team in the AFC with Daniel Jones, JT. They got plenty of offensive weapons, great offensive line. as all Colts fans know and love. And 40-6, though, is crazy. Lions are the top of the NFC. I will agree with you. Uh, Philly finally got their loss. We called it. I made a Broncos defense video on like Friday night saying the Broncos have the best defense in the NFL, and that's why they will beat and upset the Philadelphia Eagles. So now that Philly's done, I would definitely agree with you. And we'll get to Detroit in a couple of minutes here. What's up, Dubo? Thank you all for tuning in. Giants Saints, man. Once again, didn't watch this football game. I saw some Rattler clips. I'm a big Rattler advocate. I've got a lot of family from South Carolina, or that went to South Carolina. Got some family in South Carolina, and I've actually got it's too far to reach, but I've got a South Carolina Gamecock football shirt. Big family thing. I saw Spencer Rattler play against Anthony Richardson in the Swamp. Damn, dude, what was that? Probably 2 years ago, maybe even 3. It was ARs last year. Honestly, might have been 3 whole years ago. And I'm a Rattler advocate, and they had yet to pick up a win. Giants Saints, kind of an underwhelming game. I saw Dart had a nice statistical football game. Threw 2 interceptions, so I guess maybe not, but we'll have to take a look into that. I got Olave in fantasy, so I was keeping an eye on it, but I'm happy the Saints got a win. I'm happy Spencer Rattler got a win. Let's go Broncos. I think that might be the one after this. Cowboys Jets, it is the one after this. Cowboys Jets, real quick, 37-22. I've always been in the camp that makes fun of Dallas, and I've always made videos on the last couple of years saying the Dallas Cowgirls to just kind of make fun of the Dallas Cowboys. And to be quite honest with you, I really love Dakota Prescott. I like Javonte. I like George Pickens. They've got a really good offensive line. I like Jake Ferguson. I know the defense of back room, maybe I guess the defense just needs some work. They've got some youngsters there. 37. Dak had 4 touchdowns in this football game. Justin Fields, it's just annoying, man. The New York Jets were a team I talked a lot about in the offseason, and I could have never imagined an 0-5 start. If we're talking 0-5 starts, maybe you're thinking the Giants, the Saints. I feel like there's another obvious, Tennessee, because of the rookie quarterback Cam Ward, not having too many weapons. I would have never imagined the New York Jets to be 0-5. I think their last touchdown to Garrett Wilson was garbage time too. I mean, I don't know what the heck is going on in New York. They don't really seem to have anything going for them. They show plenty of flashes, but 0-5? I feel bad for Aaron Glenn. I really hope, and I guess I kind of assume they won't can him. Maybe I'm wrong, but they better not can him. I don't know what is going on with the New York Jets because, it's bad. And, I'd make so many Justin Fields film studies this offseason, and I had a feeling with that wide receiver room just only literally having Garrett Wilson. You can tell me Arian Smith, rookie. Alan Lazard, he's a former Packer. I don't know what you're expecting from Alan Lazard. Josh Reynolds, I watch every Lions game ever. I don't know, Mason Taylor, the rookie's cool. Breece Hall is cool. Did Breece get hurt in this game? I don't know what the heck is going on in New York with the Jets. Denver, Philly, man. We're at 1 bar Wi-Fi, so hopefully you can hear this cohesively. We called this upset 2 days ago, and I'm really just glad. I know it was funny. I was talking to a YouTube guy that you guys would know. I don't want to name drop him, but he was kind of freaking out about the Broncos. He's got a Broncos channel. I was saying, relax, dude. I think at that point they were down 17-3, and I was like, relax, man. The Broncos are fine. Sean Payton's never been a good September coach. Those types of coaches like to dial it in early And they just get better as the year progresses because they like to dial in the basics and the simple stuff and just get everything moving on par. And they came away with this upset victory against Philly, which I absolutely love. 18 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. They've got a nice schedule moving forward. They've got the Jets, the Giants, Dallas, Houston, Las Vegas. I do not think the Denver Broncos would miss the playoffs in any way, shape, or form. Texans, Seattle, next game. Who takes it? I'm wondering where it's at. Man, I still need to watch the last like 8 minutes of that Bucs Seahawks game because I've got a Bucs channel and I'll make a Bucs video after this live stream. I'm not sure. It's in Seattle. Seattle's not been good at home. Honestly, I'd ride with the hot hand Houston. My Seahawks followers would probably be upset with that, but I'd probably just ride the hot hand in Houston. CJ Stroud's looking like CJ Stroud again, which is great. Yeah, Denver, Philly. I'll watch that game probably tomorrow, and you'll see a video in the next 24 hours for Denver, Philly. Tennessee, Arizona. I started this live stream saying, I don't know how the heck they lost this football game. I'm on Twitter now. The Titans win probability was as low as 1.8 in their comeback win. The second most improbable comeback of the season. The Titans had an average win probability of 12.1, the second lowest average win since 2016. I'm trying to see if there's like a clip here. Was there a turnover? Because they won on a game-winning field goal. I don't know how. I've got the hiccups now. Oh, they hit Calvin Ridley for 38. I guess you guys can't see this right now. That's a nice throw by Cam Ward. Cam Ward's nice, man. People just they don't have much. The offensive line hasn't helped him out. Wide receiver room, running back room. Nobody else has really helped him out. And looks like Twitter is not going to give me the answer, so we'll have to watch that one. But to be honest with you, I rooting for Arizona. Been big on Arizona all season. Been big on Arizona all offseason. I also was big on Cam Ward, but like 3 straight losses now for Arizona. That's a tough one. I don't know how they they were a 7.5 win favorite. Let's see who Arizona's got up next, because that's a tough loss. They've got the Colts and the Packers before their bye week. That's even tougher. I guess we're about to figure out who the Cardinals are. Hey, what's up, Brisk? Man, I can't believe. Well, hold on. The Cubs just got decimated in the first game against the Brewers. I can't believe we won that series. I was petrified to play the San Diego Padres in that series, man. And I'm really glad with the new playoff slate where we had all 3 of those games at home. Man, watched at the end of game 3 at a restaurant. I was stressing. I can't believe they won that, man. That's tough, man. It's the Padres. I feel like if the Dodgers didn't exist, make the World Series last year, I was so happy. I'm still so happy. I think the Cubs can take down the Brewers, but I guess we'll figure that out tomorrow if that's possible. But yeah, I'm still so happy about that. But that 9-6 run first inning really tainted my my view of the Cubs, but we'll get them hopefully tomorrow night. Tampa, Seattle, man. I was watching this game the whole way through, and then I was making a Lions video anyways, and it's just kind of got in the way. So I've got the last probably 10 minutes of this football game left. I even told my girl, I was like, Tampa seems like they're going to lose this game. And they came back in that fourth quarter and won. So I'll have to take that a look. But Baker and Sam Darnold, that was a big, fun, meaningful football game. Darnold threw 4 touchdowns, 341. Baker threw for 379 and 2 touchdowns. That was a really good football game up until the point I finished watching it. And that Bucs team, man, is hobbled, but so is Seattle. Seattle's pretty hobbled right now as well. Two really good football teams. It's two playoff locks, in my opinion. I actually don't want to say anything about Seattle because every time I do say something positive about Seattle, they pull off a massive losing streak. So I'll take that back about the Seattle Seahawks being a lock for the playoffs. But I think Tampa's a lock for the playoffs. And I still think Seattle is. I just don't want to jinx it. We had a couple of ain't no dancing. Aaron Glenn's not dancing anymore. We had some Lions chats in here. Lions are at the top of the NFC. They dominated that whole football game. I just made literally 10 minutes ago a recap of that game, so go check it out if you want it. But Jake Browning's not throwing good footballs, man. He's making way too many mistakes. I was pretty big on Jake Browning being a capable backup QB. I've seen some like TikTokers say that Jake Browning was going to be better or at least even course with Joe Burrow, and that has not happened in any way, shape, or form. I think Shamar Stewart's still injured. I know Trey got to him a little bit. 37-24, I feel like wasn't very representative of that football game. But like I said, I just made a recap. So go check that out if you're a Lions fan. Washington Commanders, did Justin Herbert get injured? Because that's what I was seeing. Or was it just garbage time? I honestly, LA was up to a 10-0 lead in the first quarter. I was watching a little bit and I tweeted, I was like, can we finally admit the Commanders defense is not that good? Holy cow. Holy swing and miss. I got Bill on fantasy football on my bench. I'm going to win the week anyway, so it's all good. But the Commanders are a fun team. I got to go back and watch this football game. They get outscored 27-0 after the first quarter. I mean, that's a heartbreaking loss, dude. I know the Commanders obviously made the conference championship in the NFC last season, but honestly, Tampa should have beaten them. Detroit should have had a better game plan against them. Debo adds a fun layer there. Still no Terry. I don't know how the Chargers lost that game. That'll be a interesting watch. So I guess that concludes Week 5 recap. We've got Bills. Oh my god, dude. These videos keep getting freaking clipped for copyright. Oh. It's devastating. You can't make any NFL videos after the fact. Some people comment saying, how do you even post these? You can post whatever the hell you want. You ain't gonna get paid for it. So Lions copyright's a pain in the ass. But anyways, that concludes Let's Talk Football episode 25. That one really pisses me off. We're going to do some film studies tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. And I know I said it last week, but we're definitely going to try and do at least a prediction upset type of video at some point, maybe like Thursday afternoon, Wednesday night, something like that for week 6 in the NFL. I haven't taken a look at what we have on the docket yet. Do that probably tomorrow, but thank you guys for tuning in live and post live. I appreciate you all, and we'll see you next time. Peace.